Money isn't just paper or numbers on a screen, it's emotion, it's belief, it's fear and hope wrapped in green ink. Every financial decision you make, from saving or spending to investing or ignoring, is shaped by something invisible, your psychology. Most people think wealth is about knowledge. Learn how to invest, follow the rules, and you'll be rich, right? But that's not the full story. If it were, every economist and finance major would be a millionaire. The truth? What separates the wealthy from those struggling isn't intelligence, it's behavior. Today, we're taking a closer look at the hidden psychology of money, the mindset, emotions, and invisible forces that shape your financial destiny. 1. The myth of rational money. We love to believe we're rational about money, but we're not. Money decisions are 90% emotion and only 10% logic. Think about it. You know you should save, but that sale feels too good to skip. You know you should invest, but fear keeps you from clicking buy. You know credit card debt is bad, but it still happens. That's not a lack of knowledge, it's psychology. Behavioral economists like Daniel Kahneman discovered that humans have two thinking systems. System 1, fast, emotional, and instinctive, and System 2, slow, logical, and deliberate. When it comes to money, System 1 usually wins. That's why you can have two people with the same salary. One builds wealth quietly and the other ends up broke. The difference isn't what they know, it's what they do when emotions hit. 2. Fear, greed, and financial traps. Money triggers two of the strongest human emotions: fear and greed. Fear makes people hoard cash during recessions. Greed makes them buy at the top of bull markets. These emotions are ancient survival instincts, useful in the wild, destructive in finance. When markets crash, our brains see danger, not opportunity. When prices rise, we feel safe, but that's when risk is highest. Warren Buffett famously said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." But here's the truth, that's emotionally hard. Your biology fights it. Understanding your emotional triggers, what makes you panic or chase, is step 1 in mastering money psychology. Because if you can't control your emotions will control your wealth. 3. The stories we tell ourselves about money. Every person has a money story, often written long before adulthood. Maybe you grew up hearing, "Money doesn't grow on trees," or watching parents fight about bills. Maybe you saw wealth as freedom or greed. These childhood imprints shape how we think, save, and spend as adults. If money once meant scarcity, you might cling to it now. If it meant status, you might overspend to prove yourself. If it meant conflict, you might avoid thinking about it altogether. Wealth isn't just about strategy, it's about rewriting your money story. Ask yourself, what did I learn about money growing up? Do those lessons still serve me? What beliefs might be quietly sabotaging me today? Once you confront those subconscious stories, you can finally build wealth intentionally, not emotionally. 4. The illusion of control. Most people crave certainty with money. We want to believe we can predict the market, time the economy, or find the one investment that'll change everything. But the harsh truth is, you can't control outcomes. You can control only your behavior. You can't control inflation, stock prices, or recessions, but you can control how much you save, how consistently you invest, and how calmly you react when everyone else is panicking. The wealthy don't try to predict, they prepare, they build systems, not guesses. Because when you focus on what you can control, your spending habits, your savings rate, your mindset, the rest becomes noise. 5. The paradox of enough. Humans are wired to always want more, a little more money, a little bigger house, a little nicer car. But here's the paradox. The more you chase enough, the further it moves away. In studies, people at every income level say they'd be happy if they made double. When they get there, the goalpost moves again. The key to financial peace isn't having more, it's knowing when it's enough. That's what keeps millionaires working while still feeling broke inside. Wealth isn't just external, it's psychological. Ask yourself, what would enough look like for me? Defining enough gives your money purpose, because without that, you'll chase forever and still feel behind. 6. The power of time and patience. The greatest force in finance isn't intelligence or even opportunity, it's time. Compounding doesn't reward the smartest, it rewards the most patient. Yet our brains hate waiting. We're wired for instant results. Likes, clicks, dopamine. That's why most people quit investing too early or spend what they could have multiplied. The wealthy think in decades, not days. They see time as a weapon, not an obstacle. When you understand that time and patience are the real levers of wealth, you stop looking for shortcuts and start building systems that quietly make you richer every single year. 7. The comparison trap. Comparison is one of the biggest wealth killers. When scrolling through social media, you see people flaunting cars, vacations, and luxury lifestyles. And suddenly, you feel behind. But remember, you're comparing your reality to someone else's highlight reel. They might be buried in debt or chasing validation instead of peace. Comparison shifts your focus from progress to performance. And when you measure success by someone else's standards, you'll never feel satisfied, no matter what the balance in your account. Real wealth isn't about being richer than others. It's about freedom, control, and peace of mind. 8. The hidden cost of lifestyle creep. As income rises, expenses usually follow. It's called lifestyle inflation. And it's silent, but deadly. You tell yourself, I deserve it, after a raise. Soon, the bigger paycheck disappears into a bigger lifestyle. True wealth builders do the opposite. They increase income, but keep lifestyle flat for as long as possible. Because every dollar not spent is a soldier working for your financial independence. The key isn't to live cheaply, it's to live intentionally. Spend in alignment with your values, not your ego. 9. The psychology of giving and abundance. Something fascinating happens when you shift from scarcity to abundance. When you give time, money, knowledge, you train your brain to see enough. Generosity rewires how you view money. Instead of seeing it as something to hoard, you see it as a tool to create value, connection, and impact. The wealthiest people understand this. They don't give because they're rich. They're rich because they give. That's not just moral, it's psychological. Abundance attracts more abundance because it breaks the fear cycle. 10. Building emotional wealth. Financial wealth means nothing without emotional wealth. If money doesn't buy peace, purpose, or freedom, what's the point? True wealth is being able to wake up without panic, to make choices based on desire, not desperation. To achieve that, you must do the following. 1. Understand your emotions around money. 2. Build habits that protect you from yourself. 3. Define enough and align spending with meaning. You don't need to out-earn everyone, you just need to out-calm them. At the end of the day, wealth is a game played in the mind before it's ever won in the bank. You can learn investing strategies, budget systems, and side hustles, and still lose if you haven't mastered yourself. But once you understand the hidden psychology of money, how fear, greed, stories, and beliefs shape your choices, you gain control. Because real wealth isn't about how much you have, it's about how you think, how you feel, and how you live. Want more financial wisdom like this? Check out our playlist, Smart Money Habits That Build Wealth.